What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Street Fighter Duel video. Guys, this time we're going to be talking about something completely different that I have not discussed yet, and the only way to activate this mode is if you get your characters to triple S. So this may take some of you a little bit of time, but for others who have this unlocked, I'm going to give you my best outlook on all the vehicles that are in the game and which ones you should be aiming for. Now, as I mentioned before, in order to unlock this mode, if you go to your promote character, you can check out the garage section. These vehicles will be unlocked, and what vehicles do is provide you a ton of buffs. For example, with Bison, if you equip it on there, they give you crit rate up. Infernal Faction will give you additional attack up. When equipped by attack class, they'll give you a 2.5% increase. When equipped by a power tap, they give you 2.5. Now, these triple S ones will give you 4 stats based off of the character, the faction, the class, as well as the attack type, right? The 3-star ones, which are double S's, so I'm going to quickly show you guys those right now. Right over here, will give you 3 options without the extra bonus tied to the character. And then there's 2 options with the yellows, which I don't have any because I recycled them, and there's 1 option with purples, alright? So there are different kind of vehicles you can get in this game. Your goal is going to be try to get 6 out of 6 cars in order to unlock the passives that are assigned to these vehicle garages. Now, I'm going to explain to you guys how this works. So when you summon, you're going to have a wish list. I'm going to go to the workshop real quick here. There's a wish list here, right? And you get to summon using this wish list. I'm going to say this right now so everyone is aware. The wish list will provide you dupes. All right? There's been a ton of questions about this. Like, hey, Payne, does the wish list give you dupes? Yes, absolutely. You get dupes with the wish list. It is still smart to complete it. Like, fill it completely out, guys, because you do want to have the wish list full, or else you're going to get randoms that aren't on your list, and you're not going to be able to get those characters. Now, there is a pity system, all right? Every 30, you're going to get reds. After, I believe, 5 reds, maybe 4 reds, you get yourself a triple S box, okay? Now, the actual chests themselves, I've done a lot of testing so far. I have yet to get a dupe. So I believe if you use the chest, which is going to look like this, guys, right here, I'm going to show you. I've got 3 of them. Did I just bypass it? I did, right there. Right there. These kits here will not give you any dupes. So far, I've opened up about 25, had no dupes. All right, I've had other people test for me as well too. No one's got dupes from these yet, but the summoning system will give you dupes. Okay, so keep in mind when you're doing that. So the chests are extremely important to hold on to for characters you want. In my case, I'm holding on to them for Akuma. Now, the other cars in the garage, you can go to the vehicle warehouse and you can auto recover, which means essentially when you summon for them, they'll delete them and add them to your points right here where you can summon. Okay, so extremely important, guys, to remember that. Now, how do the vehicles work? Like I mentioned, they give you stats based on the character, if you get triple S, the faction, the class, and the type, and then they'll give you this passive, right? So if you get 3 out of 3 cars, so 3 out of 6, they should really say, I don't know why I say 3 out of 3, but you'll get a specific passive, and then if you get 6 out of 6, you get both passives, right? So for example, Bison's is Return of the Inferno, trigger Psycho Absorb at max level. At the enemy unit that dealt fatal damage to the fighter, the Psycho Absorb trigger won't restore HP and deals 25% less damage. So it's just an extra attack essentially whenever somebody deals fatal damage to him. So it's just essentially you just damage the opponent. The 6-star one, on the other hand, if the target HP is below 40%, the last hit of Psycho Absorb, which is this up here, will actually perform Execute on the target, dealing 194% of soul attack. Okay, so true soul damage, I should say, sorry. So as you can see here, this pass is just an OP extra attack as soon as someone deals fatal damage. We know Bison can't die unless the other units are dead, so he's just going to continuously do this extra attack, which is incredible for bosses and really any other content. So that's kind of the goal. So what's my purpose here is to explain to you guys, number 1, how to summon. You go to the workshop, you obviously summon here with 3,000 tokens, and remember, fill out your wish list, guys. It's very important. If you don't, you'll get randoms. It doesn't increase your chance to get triple S cars, but it lets you at least get the cars you want when you get triple S's, or at least for the characters you want, right? Okay, now let's go back and talk about the units that you want to aim for specifically, okay? For free-to-play players, when you get to this point, there's going to be a couple units you really want to maximize, okay? One of them is going to be Bizang. Now, the reason why his is so damn good is Feral Howl. If you get 3 out of 3, it increases the base chance to stun to 20%, so your stun goes up from 10 to 20, and then the stun effect makes the target take 20% more damage. That's incredible. Now, move it up to 6 out of 6, and it gets even crazier. The stun effect makes the target takes 60% more damage. So the stun percentage doesn't go up per se, but the damage goes up by an extra 40%, which means the entire unit of yours is going to be doing way more damage on the people who are stunned. All right, so getting a stun off is going to matter a lot more. So effect accuracy is going to matter, and I believe effect accuracy does affect stuns. I could be wrong. Let's check out. Actually, let's take a look here. Does it affect stuns? Where's his skill 2? There it is. Base chance. Yep. So there you go. So having that effect accuracy will increase the stun chance, obviously, right? Or will make them resist it less. And then on top of that, your garage will do more damage. So extremely important free-to-play player usage, right? I'm going to also go to Mad Ryu's, not Evil Ryu's, Mad Ryu's. And his garage is really good too. So for every 20% of active lost HP, the fighter permanently gains 12% damage resistance, stacking up to 60%. So this actually allows him to survive. I know he's suicidal, but the 3 out of 3 garage will let him survive a lot longer, making him way more viable to mid to end game. Right now he's really lackluster unless you have this. But here's the 6 card makes it even crazier. Once the total HP of the fighter has actively lost reaches 100%, because you know how he pops a shield up, right, whenever he loses HP, the damage they deal is permanently increased by 70%. So all of his damage skills are going to increase by 70%, making him an absolute juggernaut and probably still the hardest hitting unit in the game at that point. So 6 out of 6 garages, he will melt people, guys. Like it's obscene how much he's going to destroy people with that. So another really, really good unit to max out. And again, I'm focusing on free to play right now, right? Another really good one is Chun-Li's. Chun-Li's, I've covered this in my full Chun-Li analysis and showcase, but hers is actually really good because after she lands 30 critical hit, 30 crits, the attack and crit damage of all your allies are increased by 15% for 15 seconds. If you get the 6 out of 6, all you need is 20 hits rather than 30, and you get the same buff. So this can be a game changer, especially in boss fights, Shadowlands, you name it. Like it's to have extra crit damage and attack is always a bonus, especially for 15 seconds, which is quite a bit of time. So another really good unit to get up there. Cammy's is another really good one. So Cammy's is actually unique because hers actually will do, after performing combo spin 5 times, her regular attacks are replaced with combo spin. So her combo spin is her passive. Regular attacks and combo spin deal 25% more damage. So if you want to see what combo spin is, it's right up here. So there's a 50% chance of following up a combo with 1 combo spin that deals additional 368% attack as a skill, right? So there's a 50% chance to armor break with this as well. A chance to follow up increases to 70%, and then there's a 100% chance to armor break. So that will make you just essentially perform it way more often. And then you do 25% more damage. Like, it's pretty straightforward. A massive DPS check increase, and you know that she's already a huge DPS unit, right? So definitely a highly recommended one for sure. Another one you want to get is Blanca's here, Fashion Blanca. If you are now getting him. His garage is really good too. For every instance of additional damage caused by wildfire, by the way, I covered this already in the actual showcase for him, but I'll recover it now. For every 5 instances of additional damage caused with wildfire, Fashion Blanca inflicts taunt on the enemies and gets a shield up to 30% of his max HP. So really, really good, especially because he is a tank. So he has high defense, high HP, and now he's getting a shield plus a taunt on top of that every time he does wildfire. If Fashion Blanca is attacked while the shield is active, 100% of the damage otherwise taken is reflected back to the attacker, right? So it's pretty damn good. It's true damage, no more than 300% of Blanca's attack each time. So again, really good to make him even more powerful, and he's already a really, really strong character, so keep that in mind. Honda's is decent. It gives him Bullet Wall, which is really good because Bullet Wall, what that does is reduces the range attacks from hitting you as hard. Another really good one is Viper's. Let's take a look at hers real quick so you guys can see what it is. Hers is really the 6th one. You want the 6th card with her for sure. So when allied fighters' HP is below 40%, remove all armor energy. Each stack grants a dispellable shield equal to 10% of max HP. That's not that good, really. This is the one you want, though. No longer removes armor energy. When this effect triggers, each stack of armor energy fills the super gauge by 50. So this is wild. This can actually boost your super combo really quick, making her hit a lot faster, obviously, because your combo's up, right? So those are, like, really, really good. So Mikado is interesting too. I actually haven't had a chance to even look at it till recently. Somebody mentioned it. Recovers 35% of max HP when key flow reaches 10 stacks for the first time. When key flow reaches 10 stacks for the first time, the damage dealt by friendly female fighters is increased by 25%, lasts until the fighter dies. That's really cool. If you're running a whole waifu team, she's actually buffing you up pretty big. So another really good unit. Now let's go back up a little bit. I'm sure I missed a couple. I think Zangief is actually really good as well too. So let's talk about his. While Super Armor is active, which is often for him, the fighter unleashes Banishing Flat level 3 for every 16 hits they take. Banishing Flat, by the way, if you need to know what that is, I believe is right here. Charges up for a heavy palm attack, dealing 1,380% of defense and dispelling 1 buff. And then also restores HP to him. So again, it's a pretty damn OP skill to have. It does have a trigger skill of 16 hits, so keep that in mind. Now, Banishing Flat nullifies the target's passive for 8 seconds. This is the one I'm curious about because everybody has passives, right? Like if you look at the passives, so essentially when he does that, it removes this whole passive on the person you're fighting. So whoever the passive is. So Zangief is pretty damn insane, guys. This is actually one of the better ones I find. So Poison, like the new Poison, I don't really know much about it. I'm a little confused by this one, so maybe somebody can help me out here. But if there's only one enemy when the combo fighter uses the super combo, the following skills of the skill chain deal 35% increased damage. So that's pretty straightforward. When, for example, there's a boss, that's when you want to use her. Whenever she does the super combo, is what I'm understanding, the following skills, like the follow-up combos, will all deal 35% increased damage, which is wild because she's buffing you already, and now she's performing this as well with her car. If there's only one enemy when the fighter uses the super combo, it returns 200 super combo energy. That's 12 seconds. So I believe that's accurate, that she has to be the one to start the super combo for this to take effect. But again, with her C1 buff being there as well, you're going to be killing bosses pretty quickly and doing a lot of damage. So those are the free-to-play ones, guys. Now let's go to pay-to-win. I talked about Bison already. Kansas is an absolute crazy one, but again, he's not around anymore, but we'll cover it. So 3 out of 3, if the enemy team fails to remove Dragon Curse before it expires, again, this has already been fully covered in the Ken showcase, but I'm going to do it again. All enemies cannot receive healing or shields. If your team successfully removes the curse before it expires, the healing and shield for your team is increased by 35% for 12 seconds. So absolutely crazy. The 6 out of 6 is even wilder. If your team successfully removes Dragon Curse before it expires, the enemy completely fails. Doesn't matter if they're close or they're like super far away, they're considered a fail instantly, okay? So that is, if you don't know what the curse does, go back and read it. It's absolutely crazy, the amount of buffs and debuffs, like buffs you get and the debuffs the opponents get. So his is wild, but now he's no longer a character that's available because the collaboration's over, so you may not want to get him. Jury's is another really good one. If you look at her False Calamity, while Feng's Shu engine is active, each hit of Jury's super combo additionally converts 10% of the damage dealt into her HP. So you guys know she's a pretty heavy damage dealer, so she's getting a lot of health back. So she's self-sufficient now. And then also when it's active, damage from enemy active skills have an 8% chance to trigger Kasatushi, which significantly increases her dodge and deals soul damage right away. So again, survivability and extra damage, she becomes even better than she was before. So still one of the top DPS in the game. Genza is another really, really good one for 6, but you have to have him at 6 for this to really work. So whenever he takes fatal damage, he becomes invincible and performs resolution, dealing 700% of attack to the target. If the target is killed, he actually restores 100% of his HP, but then he slowly loses 10% of it every second until he dies. So 10 seconds more of life. Resolution will also trigger the mirror image's corresponding trigger skill. The mirror image deals 100% damage until it dies as well. So when Gen dies, mirror image dies, you're getting a lot more damage out of him. So that's why he becomes one of the top damage dealers in the game. And then there's Rose. Now Rose, I use her primarily as a buffer and an off healer, so her 3 out of 3 is enough. When Life Turret explodes, it causes additional healing for 6 seconds, restoring HP equal to 20% of the fighter's attack every second. That's really all I needed her for. When the Destiny Turret explodes, it deals true damage. I'm not sure exactly if this is useful or not, because I don't use her as a DPS. It might very well be really good though, and I would imagine it is, but I don't use her as DPS, right? So, and then lastly, probably the most OP one of all of them is the trendy Cammy right now. This is just absolutely crazy. So when an enemy target takes shock damage, pretty much all of her attacks do shock. That damage is recorded when the Elven and I've already covered this again in her showcase. When Elven Dance hits target, it deals 30% of the total shock damage recorded as bonus true damage up to 600% and resets the recorded damage meter again, so it goes right back up. If you get 6 out of 6, the damage goes from 30% to 60% up to 1,200 of attack, making her the biggest, hardest single target damage dealing unit in the game. So guys, the way to get cars, get your units to triple S, it'll unlock the garage. summon them. I've already showed you guys where to buy these tokens as the best way. Please look at the shop video for that one, and you'll figure it out. But I want to cover this to talk about all vehicles, guys, because I think it's one of the most important parts of the game, especially to increase your power level and for you to advance further in the game. Right now, it's a little bit more of a dolphin whale option, but there are a lot of free-to-plays that are getting triple S's now, so this is becoming more available to you as well. Alright guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys soon.